Today I'm going to prepare 100 milliliter of 0.9% saline solution. We'll be using NaCl and millicurie water. To begin, you're going to grab the weigh boat and make sure you don't touch the inside or else you'll contaminate it. Place it on your scale, turn it on, and zero it out. Next, you'll grab your NaCl, and there's two systems you can use. First, you can tap in 0.9 grams. You just slowly keep tapping, and you will see the increase in weight. And once you get closer to 0.9, do a little slower so you don't go over. Take your time, because this can be tragic if you go over. And there you have it, 0.9. Put the lid on and place it back in your holder. The second way to measure out the sodium chloride is using this spatula. First, same thing as before, zero out the scale. What you do is you measure it by scooping portions out at a time and slowly putting it in, making sure it doesn't fly over the place. And once you're close to 0.9, you go slow, tapping it just like before. And here we are at 0.9. However, if you were to go over, such as 0.99, you will slowly and gently scoop portions out and put it in a trash weigh boat until you're back at this measurement you need. And there you have it, 0.9. You will take the 0.9 of NaCl, bend it, and pour it into your beaker. You will notice that there is still some powder left over. You will grab your millicurie squirt bottle and clean off the weigh boat with it, getting all edges. Once your weigh boat is clean, you're going to fill 75 milliliters roughly into a graduated cylinder. As you can see, this is roughly 75 milliliters. It is okay if you go a little over or a little under, because this is just an estimate. Just start mixing the NaCl into water. And then put your stir bar into the solution. As you can see, there is still some NaCl undissolved in the water. It started to dissolve, but we have not dissolved everything yet. Because of this, we'll have to stir on our stir plate. What you will do is, with your stir bar in there, you're going to start at a slow speed to slowly start mixing it. Make sure it's in the center so it spins. As you can see, it's spinning slowly. You can make this speed a little bit faster, but make sure you don't go too fast. Keep letting it mix until you see it's fully dissolved. Once you see that the NaCl is fully dissolved, you can turn this off. From here, we're going to transfer it into our graduated cylinder. As you may notice, if you try to pour this, the stir bar would also go with it. So to avoid that, we're going to take another one and magnetic it to the bottom. This will prevent it from falling into the graduated cylinder. Make sure when you're holding the bottom stir bar with your other hand, like so that you don't lose it while pouring. From here, slowly pour the solution into the graduated cylinder. Pouring slowly will prevent any spills on the sides. From here, we now have to rinse the extra solution on the edges with our millicube water. We rinse with our millicube water because that is what our solution is using. So clean off all the edges like so. And pour this also into the graduated cylinder. Do this one more time. There might also be still some solution underneath the stir bar, so pull it over and move it. And rinse one more time. Getting all the edges as well. You want to make sure you don't rinse it too much, or else your solution will be over 100 milliliters. I need to add a little bit more, but before I do that, I notice that there are some drops on this side. Drops on this side. Drops on this side. This could add to the volume. So to prevent this, or to fix this, swirl it slowly to get off the edges. At this point, you want to come down to the meniscus level to make sure it's at exactly 100. Once it's at 100 milliliters, transfer the solution back into the beaker. By doing this, you're making sure that everything is fully mixed, and pour it back into the graduated cylinder. This back and forth action will mix it. Our last step is to pour it back into the beaker to do a final mixing on the stir plate. Again, put it in the center and do it at a slow speed.